come to Camp Farch, which Stop Genocide now has been to 3 times now. This is Gabriel's 3rd time. And just like most of the other camps, people instantly recognize him. We, within minutes of getting out of the car, saw our friends Gizma and El Hafiz from our last visit that connected with Connie.
And Sumaya came almost running and speaking English.
Yeah.
How are you? Sumaya. Hey, you speak English now. How are you? Connie says hi. Connie was a good friend of Gizma when she came. Oh, nice to see you. How are you? Mansoor? He drew this.
Same one.
This is his t-shirt. Is Mansoor in madrasa?
Yes. Fatma madrasa? Fatma. Fatma. He has gone back to Sudan.
Going back to Sudan?
Back to Sudan?
Yes, to Jinena.
Dar es Salaam also?
Yes.
Back to Sudan?
Yes.
Oh. Some of our friends are not here. They went back to Sudan for different reasons, but Mansoor is in Sudan right now, the one that made these drawings. So we missed him, and Dar es Salaam and her baby are back in Sudan. They're coming back, but we didn't get to see them on this visit.
And we connected with Fatma, who both Stacy and Connie have met, and I was really excited to meet. She's a very strong woman with 7 kids, and her husband died in the attack on their village, along with 60 other people.
She said that the way that she's living here is only God knows. Because he said during the war that when she's running with the children, he said there's some fight up and down. People are with on the air and on the earth. So
they were in the air and on the ground.
Yeah, she says only God knows how she carry all the children and come with them here.
How many children?
I'll let her come. Come kulum kitaban.
Yal Saba.
7.
7 children.
Saba.
Wow.
Yeah. She's saying that she's very grateful that American people have seen her in the movie and they have seen their message and they hear their message. So she's very thankful. But she said American people, they help them a lot. And still, she's begging if they can do the last thing for the peace to be in Darfur so that they return back.
What does she hope for her children? What do you hope for your children?
لا الأولاد كلها هسه يقول في الدراسة وشم ده يعني إنجليش شنو كم شي دار تقدمهم يعني في حياتهم يعني كان كبروا يفقلوا يعني
ده كلهم كيف فكرة يقروا بلدنا نمشي على زول جابوا وداني ده على فكرة ده على بدو سو.
She said that all her hope here that for them to study here. Even once there's not a good education here, they will study a little small so that when there's peace in Sudan, they'll get back there. So that and everything is only God knows his destiny. So.
Only God knows the destiny.
Yep.
Well, you're a very strong woman to bring all 7 of your kids here. There's about 19,000 people living in this camp, and when we look over the top of it from the view from up here, you see mostly tents. You still see the white plastic, you still see the really, really ragged tents as the sole structure within the small compounds. And the other camps, they had less of the tents that they were relying on. They had started to build more structure.
Yeah, I think part of it is where it's located. There's very little vegetation here. They do use some grass and some sticks, but if you look over this side, it's very desert-like. There's just a few trees and barely anything for them to grab to use for their homes.
It was amazing to see the smiles on the kids' faces, and they're returning, and they thank Gabriel for returning. They thank I think that yes, people come once, and especially they come and they gather their stories, they put them on film, but I think returning really builds that feeling of one community, but it helps revitalize their hope. I can't even tell you how many times in the hour-long conversation that we had with Fatma that she said, I'm struggling, I have nothing, and if I went back to Darfur, there would just be sand left in my village, but all I want to do is return home.
And also, again, counting on Americans.
Counting on Americans.
Her hope is there. For some reason, I don't know exactly how the information filters into the camps, but at the different camps, they've been saying how they're just counting on Americans to do something. So there's somehow within the general Darfuri population the belief that Americans stands for the right things, that Americans have compassion and will do something once they find out. So it's all about hope, but now it has to be about hope that turns into reality, because 5 years and going, I'm not sure how much longer this group as a culture will be able to survive as Darfuri people.
No.
Sumaya, how old are you right now? How old?
12 years.
15.
15? Yeah.
12 doesn't mean 12. 16.
Well, but she knows better in English.
Yeah.